Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you have no idea who I am, my name is Senna and I am the online study buddy. Yes, you're welcome to my channel. This is Senna Study Corner, also on Instagram and on Twitter. And I'm really happy that you jumped on here today because we're gonna be talking about burnout. Yep. It's the beginning of the semester and I decided I was just gonna talk about it because no one likes to talk about burnout. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Sit tight and enjoy the video. Okay, so what is burnout? To most students, if you're tired, you say I'm burnt out. You can't submit your reports on time, you're burnt out. Something happened in your life, you're burnt out. You feel demotivated to study, or you just don't want to go to the library, you're burnt out, right? No, that's not the definition of burnt out. So follow me, if you will, to Google. We're just going to type in burn out. Google says burnout is a state of physical or emotional exhaustion that also involves a sense of reduced accomplishment and a loss of personal identity. The two main points here are sense of reduced accomplishment and loss of personal identity. I'm sorry for the glare in my glasses right now, but I'm shooting this at a very strange time of day or night, so bear with me. Some medical experts think that depression may be behind burnout, among other things. So that's just by the way. The real cause for burnout hasn't been identified. What? But burnout is not a strange thing, okay? Because like we said before, you feel like you have not accomplished anything. You feel like you studied and studied and studied, or if it's your job, you worked and worked and worked, and there's nothing to show for all the work that you put in. And that can be extremely disappointing, as I said earlier in my video about resits, which I will link up here. Haha, yes, I got it this time. So you can go check that video out. Basically, what I'm trying to say in this video is burnout is not a strange thing. Actually, burnout has become increasingly more common post-COVID. Working from home means you work more hours without noticing because you're just behind your laptop and you're in working mode, and you don't notice that you're working longer or spending more time behind the screen because you didn't physically have to leave your house to go somewhere to work. That was the story of our lives past 3 years. Two and a half, as if that makes it better. Okay, now that things are more physical, we're still dealing with the effects of all that we had to go through. So, burnout. How do we overcome burnout? One, we have to realize our limitations. We are people, and so because we're people, we don't have all the strength in the world. There is only so much one person can do in a space of 24 hours. You need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to rest, you also need to do work. All these four things are very, very important. As a wise Ibsmo once said, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of chill. Perfect balance. What I mean by that is strive for balance in your everyday life instead of doing things over each other. I know it's gonna be hard because on some days it's more important that you rest, and on other days it's more important that you put in the work, and on other days it's more important that you chill with your friends. But if for you every single day is work, it's gonna be hard when it gets to a time where the workload becomes too much, and because you don't have any systems in place to teach you to rest, to teach you to take time off, you're now suffering from the consequences of your own actions. So the first thing is basically you should realize that we are limited as human beings, and two, you should strive to achieve a work-life balance. The third thing I will say is to have a community. I can't stress this enough. You need someone to vent to when those days get hard, when it gets tough, when you don't even know what you're doing. You need a shoulder to cry on. You need a friend. You need a study buddy. You need family. You need relationships. As human beings, we were built to be in partnership. You need God. If you are a person of faith, you need to actually invest in that relationship. You need to invest in those connections because they are the things that are going to help you and get you through that season of burnout. There'll be some times where you don't even have the strength to pray. You don't have the strength to reach out. Having those systems, having those people in your life, investing in those relationships when everything is okay is what will be the turning point for you, is what will be the advantage for you in those seasons when everything is not okay, because you will have people who hopefully will check up on you, or you're gonna have a God who's always gonna care and always going to want to help you. So yeah, invest in those relationships and connections. The last tip is a bonus tip because I'm so grateful that you're on my channel today, and so I just want to throw all of these amazing gifts all over you. Receive the gifts, receive the tips, receive everything. Yes, no, okay, I'm going overboard. Can't be looking ashy in these streets. I completely lost my train of thought. For the last tip, you should schedule your time. We talked about having a work-life balance in tip 2, and the only way you can do that is if you actually have some idea of what you plan to do during the week. So something I do, and something that's a habit of mine, is to plan my week. Things may not always turn out how you plan them, but failing to plan is planning to fail. Repeat with me. I think that should be my mantra. I say it all the time, it's better to have a plan than not have one. Even if things don't go according to plan, at least you made a plan. And then you can revise and see why things didn't go according to plan versus starting from absolutely nowhere and wondering why nothing is working. Anyway, that's all from me today. I've been Senna, your online study buddy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down there. It deserves to meet your finger. Doesn't matter whether it's your thumb, index finger, any finger, just use to hit that red button right there, down there. Yeah. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. More hours without noticing. Yo, why do you drive like this at night? That's all from me today.